Yeah. See, here's somebody from Delaware. A lady came to visit us from like Southern Virginia. She was at a wedding in Cincinnati. Okay, so maybe to you guys, Cincinnati's over there. Okay, well, I'm at a point where I think it is. Cincinnati. She lives in Virginia. She decided to swing by and come see us. So to see us, she had to go like that. So it took her like four hours out of her way, I'm gonna say. Yes, but so we gave her a tour and a coffee mug and everything, and she was very, very happy, wasn't she? Yeah, she was really happy. So that's nice. So I am back with IQ Designer. I am hooked on making these notebook covers. I can't help it. They're easy to make, and we get to show off our fancy fills and our decorative stitches. But I decided today to make it a little different because I'm always searching for a pen. So I like it to have, like some people said, oh, just put a piece of elastic to put a pen in. That would be really nice. But I like the idea of having a pocket to put my pen in. So today we're going to do it different because, you know, we like to show off our fancy fills, right? And look at how pretty this one's going to be with all the different fancy fills. Now I use all one color thread, but you can mix up the colors whatever you want. And I just, you know, it's fun. It's fun and it's easy. Oh, there, Joni and Deb are spending the whole day getting ready for, yes, very hard, getting ready for We Love to Stitch on Thursday. So Thursday at 7, it's We Love to Stitch, and then they'll be back on again the next day at noon. So the next day is the day that Deb and I go to Quilt Market. So it doesn't start, Quilt Market doesn't start, I think, until about 7:30 at night, that night, but it's an event called Sample Spree, and it's when all the manufacturers bring out their lines that are coming in the future, and they might have charm packs, layer cakes, jelly rolls to buy in that fabric that isn't due out for 6 more months. So it really makes it fun to grab it and be able to show it ahead of time. So she and I have a plan. You're not allowed to bring a wheeled bag into Quilt Market. And so, but we got plans. We're yeah. You know what we did? Like, if it gets too heavy, what I saw people do is they had one person sit near all the stuff they found and the other person ran. It was like that. Remember that show where it was everything that you can grab in a certain number of minutes in the grocery store? That's what Sample Spree feels like. But you're not the only one grabbing. There are 1,000 people grabbing. And so we got to have a game plan. We're working on it. We're going to, backpack. Yeah, but we're going to bring, we're going to, each of us, we're going to bring a small suitcase packed inside a big suitcase so to come home. But we have those big clear bags that we sell. So we'll, I'm just thinking if they're too heavy to carry, one of us will go back to our room with half of it, come back again. We'll have, so we'll just grab. Now, when Steve and I went, the Moda booth was crazy. It was crazy. You couldn't even get close. You were 5 people deep trying to get stuff. And so we kind of gave up and we said, look at all these other booths. They have stuff too. And we found the Sally Tomato zippers, you know, those zipper sets, and that was fabulous. So we'll also get a sneak peek at all the new stuff. So we go into Quilt Market the very next morning and we walk the aisles. Are you going to show them something you're doing, Tommy? No.
Top secret.
Top secret. He says top secret. Okay.
The hot iron really quick.
Okay. There. See how we have these really good facilities to work in? They can see you, Tommy. Yeah. Wait.
I don't have a plumber's crack.
No plumber's crack. Okay. Okay. All right. So I am excited to show you this, right? So this is our notebook cover. Okay, and we were inspired to do this by Baby Lock. So Mike Johns and Patty Marty made them with the decorative stitches. And so the only machines that have the diagonal lines are the Baby Lock Radiance and the Brother Avenir. But you can draw the lines, and everybody wanted me to show you how to draw the lines. So I think that's what we'll do first, is we'll draw the lines. It's so easy, you're not gonna believe it. And then, yeah, Ginger saw a squirrel, Tommy, yeah. So, okay. So the harvest, no, he's working on harvest. He has like 3 more designs that he is working on. So, Tommy, do you have your other 2 blocks with you that I could show them? Oh, he also has other blocks that.
I guess it's not so top secret.
No, it's not going to be top secret. No. So here is the main block. This is going to go at the top. And then he has another. Isn't this awesome? I can't believe it. It's so good. So good. So right from this one, as soon as this one's done, he said he was going to go into winter. So he's going to do, fall, winter, spring, summer, and then just keep going, right?
This one could be done in an 8x12.
In 8x12. This can be done in 8x12. Yeah. So it's really cute. They use the Autumn Breeze fabric line from Nancy Halverson. So Deb and I get into Quilt Market early.
Zoom in on my squirrel, Kate.
Squirrel. Here's the squirrel. He's very proud
of
of
software.
Yeah, that makes it look like fur. There you go, a furry squirrel. So Deb and I were invited to breakfast with Benertex. And then we get into Quilt Market early on Friday, and we get to see all of the new things from Benertex. And they said there's a new Nancy Halverson. So yeah, I love her fabric. Every line, right? Every line is fabulous. This Autumn Breeze line, fabulous. Yeah, everything she does, I love. Okay, so wouldn't it be neat if I would get to meet her? That would be really neat. Yeah, I don't know whether she comes to Quilt Market. I don't know whether she does. She used to. So anyhow. Okay, so we're going to start off just with a quickie demo, having me show you doing the diagonal lines. But also I wanted to show you that if you didn't have an Avenir or a Radiance, and you wanted to be able to do a notebook cover, these are great. Now, I didn't realize when I ordered this that it had the spiral binding, and that worried me a little bit, so we'll just have to see how this one works out. But I measured it, and it turned out, so this one is the one without the spiral binding. The spiral binding just adds a little bit. I think I'm going to be okay, right? But they do have these notebooks that don't have the spiral binding. So I'll put mine together. I'll do it in a smaller size and put it together and see if I run into trouble. But I don't think I will. So I measured it, and it is with the spiral binding included. It is 5 3/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, so this way, the 5 3/4 way, I need double because I need it on the back and the front. Hey, on this one with the spiral binding, I could just go like that. I'm going to slide it over here and see if my measurement. So it is like 11 1/8. So times 2. So I had it, 11 1/2. And it's only, so it's only 11 1/8. But see, it's not taking into account this bump. So I think bigger the better. You can always, take it in and make it smaller. So I'm going to stick with my dimensions. So 5 3/4 wide is going to work out. So I go times 2, and that was 11 1/2, right? Oh, I did figure it out wrong. So that's 11 1/2, and then add an inch. So I would make mine 12 1/2. 12 1/2, and you'll see when we get started on this one where I mean. And then the 8 1/2 tall, I add an inch to that, and I'd make it 9 1/2. And that is my cutting line, and I like doing that on the cutting line so much better. If that is my stitching line and you kind of wave a little bit with your stitching, then that ugly straight stitch shows. So better to have this as my cutting line, and then I have you sew with the side of your presser foot J on the edge of the fabric. So last thing we'll do is trim that. And so anyhow, oh no, we're going to do it all in embroidery. So those of you coming to my classes, we switch to sewing and we use presser foot J. But in IQ Designer, we're going to do it totally in the hoop, which really is my favorite way to do it. So, okay, so first thing I want to show them is diagonal lines, and then we'll get into this project. So I think I'll slide this one on the machine, and oh, I still have the pen in. Maybe that's not good. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to tape it anyhow, but I'll just have it over here with me. Okay. All right. So first thing, okay, so what did we say? We said that, okay, so this one was going to be 12 and a half. So that means this smaller notebook, you could do it on a Destiny, Meridian, Altair, you could do it on the Solaris. You could even do bigger notebooks. There's all different sizes out there. Okay, so I'm going to slide this aside. Okay, so let's just get started with the small notebook, and then I'll go back to the big one. Okay, so I'm going to go to IQ Designer. Okay, go to Shapes. This we're just pretending we're doing it. The square. Okay. Then the size, so we're going to go to size, and we're going to make it, so the first dimension is the height, which was 12 and a half. So I'm going to go to my keypad, or use your buttons to stretch it. So here I've got my button with the arrows going up and down, and I'm going to go to 12 and a half. I could go into the keypad, and it's faster. Oh, there, 12.51. That's close enough. I'll go to the, and then for the width, it's at 6.19. I need to make that 9 and a half. Oh, a little too big. And I'm thinking on the Destiny, right, is it 9 5/8 or 9 and a half wide? So this may cause a little, but you can make it smaller. So it may, even at 9 and a half, even though your hoop says it goes to 9 and a half, you may want to just bump it down just a little bit. Like here I am at 9.48, just a little bit smaller, because, you know, sometimes the machine adjusts it from there. Okay, so there's my notebook. I need to mark the center. It just makes it so much easier. Okay, so I'll say okay. So I'm going to go in with their select tool and the box select. And then I'm going to click and drag. I always do this with a mouse. My fingers are, you know, just block my view. So I'm going to click down, and then I'm going to select that. Okay, select it, copy it. I don't want to cut it, so I'm copying it. See how it's not in the center anymore? Well, first thing, I want to make it a little bigger. So I'm going to select size, and just you press my box with the 4 arrows pointing out and just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, then put it in center, then move it down to center. Wouldn't you think it would have put it in center, but it doesn't. It puts it in center like left to right, but then you got to move it down. Now I picked the grid, you know, I went up to settings and I picked the grid that had the red plus sign. So I'm going to slide this down. So Deb and Joni are picking like the best fabrics for the We Love to Stitch event. Oh, there, it's hitting right there. That's perfect. Okay, so we'll say okay. All right, so that's how I would split it. Okay, then let's say you can't do the diagonal lines because you don't have that in your fancy fills. Now I'll go up to settings, and I'll turn on the grid. Okay, go to grid, turn on the 1-inch grid, and okay. All right, and I'll just, You know, it's easier if you would have an exact size. Like, what did I do? I did 9.5, but I'm just going to start at uh, just where these 1 inch lines intersect. So first thing I'm going to do is go to line properties, then straight stitch, black, keep it at black. Okay. Then don't click on line bucket, keep it on the line tool. And here I have to do it with my mouse. So I'm going to click on the 2 inch mark and go down to the 2 inch mark and release it. Go to the next 2 inch mark. So this is the 4 inch, and go down to the 4 inch and release it. Oop. So there, go to 6. Oop. 6, go down to the 6. See how I'm making it kind of go over, but I'm going down to that where it intersects at the 6. Same thing, just keep going. It's way easier than you thought it was going to be, isn't it? So there. So now I go the 2 inches, and there. It's kind of hard to see because it gets in your way. The grid kind of gets in your way. So here we are here. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I got a straight line. Okay, so we'll change that. We'll change that when I'm done drawing. Okay, so here I've got my 2 inch down and 2 inches over. We're gonna have to, in order to put decorative stitches on here, we're going to have to erase a little bit. But I'll get rid of the grid, and so here I'll go here. So we haven't told it yet what we want to do. So I'm going to be on the 2 inch, and there I'm good. Okay, we got to get rid of that grid because now there's so many lines on there I can't see. So I'm going to 1 inch, and I think I'll go back to my grid that has the red plus sign, and okay. All right, now in order to put a decorative stitch on there, these lines cannot connect with another line. So what I need to do is go in, and I'll go to 200. Oh, look at that one doesn't connect. I think I'm better off going to 400. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm good here. See how this one doesn't touch? Okay, I'm going to pan, press the hand, and slide over. This one seems to be cutting a little close. I'm going to go to the eraser. Maybe I'll get 2 of them in the screen. Okay, go to the eraser. See how big the eraser is? Too big. So I'm going to go to, maybe I'll go down to, 8. 8 will probably do it. And I'm just going to break a hole. Okay, and I should have saved that, what I did so far. Maybe I'll just save it. So save on the machine. Okay, so now again the eraser, and I'm just going to break these lines. I don't want any lines to intersect. Okay, these I'm going to erase. I'm going to erase. And remember, you're going to be sewing on like the 3/8 line, and so it doesn't matter that these aren't perfectly even. So prick the eraser. Okay, and then just break those lines. I'm just going to break, I didn't do it. Okay, there. So I'm breaking all those lines so I can add decorative stitches. Okay, pan. Go down. So there, that's broken. Maybe I'll slide it so I have 2 in the window so I can do it faster. And I'm just going to take my eraser and click to break the lines. Oh, that one's not. Yeah, now it's broken. I can see it's broken there. Okay, get the next 2 in there. Okay, eraser. Click down right there. There, I've got, none of the lines are connecting. Pan, slide it over. Here I can see 2 right now. Oh, I didn't press the eraser. Erase. Oh, it's still connected. Get another click. There. And There, you got to blink once in a while when you're doing this. I find sometimes I keep going and I don't blink. Oh, eraser, didn't do anything. So eraser. And like I'm going to erase this. So I think I'm good. Okay, so let's go down to 100%, and then we want to cut away everything but the diagonal lines. So I'm going to select it. So I'm going to go down to the select. Now, if you own a Solaris or Luminaire, you'll have the magic wand, which I'll click on the magic wand, select. It's probably there. It's got a big red box, and then I'm going to cut it away. So cut. Okay, so if you don't have a Solaris, if you have a Destiny, Meridian, or Altair, or a Stellaire, you're going to have to use your eraser to erase these lines. So it's just going to take a little more time. I'm going to go to 400, click on my hand tool, slide over, and I need to erase all. Oh, you know what? I don't need to erase. Let's do it as no-so. Okay, so we're going to go to 100%. Okay, I'll say okay. See, this is easier than the eraser. Line properties, no-so, okay. And then we're going to click on all the lines that we don't want it to sew. I think just you'll be able to see better if I go up and to 200%. So there we are. So line bucket, make sure that's highlighted, and then click on the lines that you want to get rid of. It's just going to turn them gray. So this one, and that's a lot easier for me than erasing. I wonder if it's going to mix me up. Well, we'll know because we'll see the decorative stitches go on. Okay, so the bucket again. I had pressed the hand to move it, and so that turned off my bucket.
Jenny is asking, do those show or machines have no-so like the Destiny?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have no-so. That's one of those features we really didn't understand in the beginning. Now we use it a lot more. So here we want even these little pieces. We'll know it when we go to the next screen if we miss something. But we'll be able to come back. I think one of the upgrades on the Destiny made it so that we can have more undos. So that was a very, oh, I didn't do these little ones down here. So I still have the no-so selected. I don't think I did these. It'll tell us. Yeah, I didn't do them. It's clicking on them. Yeah, see, I already did these lines. I just didn't do those little pieces hanging down. Okay, so now line properties. You're going to pick your motif stitches. So it looks like this little flower. Then select, and you'll have a selection of stitches that you can put on those lines. So the only machines that can add custom stitches are Solaris, Luminaire, Avenir, and Radiance. But you've got some stitches you can select. So let's say I want to put flowers on there. So it's selected. Okay. What color? Let's go red because we'll be able to see the color change. Okay. And then I'll click on, so let's say, just for ease of it, I'll do every other one with the flower. So go to every other one. And did it turn red? Yep, turned red. There. Let's go in to line properties again. Select and do another one. Let's do leaves on the other one. Okay. And then let's do that one green. Green's easy to see the color. Okay. Line bucket, it's already selected, so I'm good. And now I'll get every other one and turn that black line to green. So you can do it. Okay, now next. And there's your decorative stitches. Okay, So, oh, but look, I didn't catch this one right here. So I have to find that one. See how that's a satin stitch still. So I have to press this right arrow and it's going to jump through the stitches. There it is. It's got a red box around it. There's the zigzag. We will change it to a straight stitch. Okay. Now it's a straight stitch. No, no, no. It's no sew. You know what? Let's go in again, because see, I don't have no sew at this point. So we'll say, okay, return, line properties, line properties, no sew, okay, and just go back and get that line. There, now let's go next and see if it's still a zigzag. If not, I may have to go back and nope, it's gone. So there, that's how you add direct decorative stitches on the diagonal. So, and I love it, don't you? I love it. I love it. I think it's really neat. So, uh-huh.
So Jean is wondering, wouldn't you want to know so before you disconnect all of the lines? Would that be easier?
Would that be? Maybe, yeah.
Since it's all
Probably less
connected?
clicks.
Yeah.
Yep, it would. Yep. So that's a good idea. She said it would be less clicks because you would already have everything at a no sew. Then you would disconnect, and you'd only have to press no sew one time. And you disconnect them, using your eraser, and then assign decorative stitches to each of the diagonal lines. That's a really good idea. As we use it more and more, we're coming up with more things that we can do with it, just like this, and easier ways to do things. So, I mean, go back to our projects from 4 years ago, and I look at them and go, "Oh, I do it way different now." So there's multiple ways to do things. So, okay, so now just so we keep our Destiny, Meridian, Altair, everybody happy. I just wanted to show that so you too can do diagonal lines. When you come to our class, you sew in between the diagonal lines with decorative stitches. So, and I just felt like I really like that. Patty Marty and Mike Johns planned it that way. And I just think people aren't using their really pretty decorative stitches as much. And this is a project that is designed for it. So, okay. All right. So now I am going to go home. I'm not even going to save this or anything. I would love to just keep making these forever. Tommy says eventually he wants my job to be finding new products, which I absolutely love to do, and then also IQ designer. And so right now I'm doing the purchasing, and he wants to assign someone to do purchasing or hire someone new to do purchasing. And first I'm to teach Tommy how to do it. And it's just years and years and years of doing it. Like I know where to get Osnaburg, and I know where to get this, and I know where to get Mylar. I know where to, it's just from doing it my whole life. So he has to learn all of that. And then he can teach the new person. So I think that sounds really good. So, okay. Now, someone also put on, they wish we didn't have Betty Bobbins, but I'm telling you, we have to have Betty Bobbins. We get too many phone calls for one person to handle it. So it's like we get like, let's say 12, 15 phone calls a day. And the person answered the phone only gets to solve 4 of them. So tomorrow she goes into the next day with 8 calls from the previous day and 12 more come in. It's just when we have Betty Bobbins taking all the notes for us, all the problems can be solved in a day. So it's the wave of the future. I know people don't like it, but I know Home Depot, Macy's, where else? Almost everywhere I call now has that same thing, just because there's not enough people working. you'd have to hire a whole nother person and can't afford that all the time. So, okay. So first, we are going to go up. Okay. So Kate did um, publish, right, Kate? You published the new directions, and it's for the diagonal lines. We're going to get creative. So, did they see this? Did we showed them a little bit, right? Did we? Just a little. Okay. So, so I just thought it would be fun to make it look more like a crazy patchwork, and then also use a different shape for the nameplate. And I definitely need a pocket to put a pen in because I'll have my notebook, but I'll have lost my pen. So I think it ends up looking really cute too. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is go to settings, and we're gonna go to the grid. Oh, am I in? So I'm on page 4 of 12. So I have to go to, now why did it go there? And I think it's because I don't have my hoop inside the machine. So I think if I insert my hoop and shut that, now let's just close this and see if it goes to the embroidery settings. No, so it still thinks I'm sewing, but we'll go, I think it's page 8 of 12, and then I'm going to go to the grid and make sure that I have the grid that has the red plus sign. Okay, then okay. So IQ Designer, there's my red plus signs. We're going to go to Shapes, O1 the square, okay. So I had measured my notebook. So it was one of those composition notebooks. And we decided that I wanted to make it 16.5-inch tall by 10.75 wide. So I am going to go to size, go to the keypad. Then for the height, so the first number, see on these little arrows right here, it's showing me that I'm putting my height in first. So I'm gonna go to 16.5 set, then 10.75 set, and okay. All right, so I put my size in, and I told you I measured the book. I doubled the width because I wanted to wrap around to the back and added an inch. And then I took the height and I added an inch. So I'm going to need this later. So let's go to memory down here at the bottom. So the memory pocket at the bottom, and save on the machine. All right, now now we are going to go, how do we want this to sew out? So this is going to be my placement line. So I need a placement line, and then I need a tack down line. And so placement line is first. So I'm going to go to line properties, straight stitch, and I'm keeping it black because it's easier to see. So I still haven't had a chance to email the engineers and tell them we need these lines to be thicker. But for now, when I make them black, you'll have an easier time seeing them. So I'm going to keep it at black. Okay. Then I'm going to click on the line bucket and click on that line to apply that setting. So I'm just going to click, and you should hear that click, the sound from the machine. If I don't hit it in the right spot, I get that error click, click. So I knew I hit it right. And then I'm going to click on next. And here's where I tell it the stitch length and undersewing. So only the Radiance and Avenir have the undersewing. So we're going to click on the on button and turn the undersewing off. I don't want it to go around twice. I just want it to go around once. Okay? All right. Now set that. Okay, set. Okay. Now I'm in embroidery, or I'm in the embroidery edit screen. So you can see edit up here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh, it's going to turn on my projector. Oh, well, I guess because I pressed the wrong thing, it's just going to do it. Okay, and then I'm going to press the projector to turn it off. What I meant to press was edit, and there it's on. So if it's not pressed, see, that's what your screen looks like. So I'll press edit and copy it. So this is just the placement line. I need a tack down line. So I need to lay my fabric down and tack down. So that is the copy button. Now remember, if you use your mouse, you can rest your mouse on any of these buttons. And what is that one? Border function. See, that's something I haven't used. So we have so many things on these machines that we've been teaching for what, 5 years now. We've been teaching IQ Designer, and I have never, well, I guess we have shown the border function, but I haven't planned a project with it. So I'm going to have to do that. Now, notice when I press duplicate, or I call it copy, it's offset. So I need to go up to move, which is step 27, center, and see how now it's one on top of the other. Then okay. All right, so right now I have my placement line and my tack down. Okay, what do I need to do next? Well, I need to go in and split this and add fills to it. Okay, so we are going to add down here in the lower left, add IQ Designer. Okay, then pocket with the arrow pointing out. Remember, we saved it. So now we need to take it out of the pocket. So pocket with the arrow pointing out. Look at how many times I've done it. Okay, so we are going to get the one in the upper left is the last one you did. So okay. All right, and select your rectangle and press OK. Now go to line properties, straight line, straight stitch, black. Okay, it's on black, so I'm okay, and okay. Make sure that the line is highlighted. And I was just kind of, you know what, it is easier to see that center. You know, maybe I should have a center line. You know what, I think I want one. So I think, remember how we did it before? So I'm going to, this isn't in your instructions, but I'm going to use that box select. So there, I'm going to click and drag a box around just that top line. Okay, then we are going to copy it, make it a little wider. So I'm going to go to size, make it a little wider. So I'm going to pick this rectangle right here with the two arrows, make it a little wider, center it, and then move it down to center. And how do I know where center is? That's because that's where the red plus sign is. So I'm going to keep moving it down until the black line is intersecting. See how there's like a red line? Because that's the select box. But I'm going to stop with the black line right intersecting that plus sign. Okay, so now I'm good. Now I know where center is. We can erase that later, but I think it's just going to help me later on. So, okay, so let's save this since we did this. So I'm going to click on OK down at the bottom, then memory, and save on the machine. Okay, now we're ready to draw lines. Okay, but is that center line going to get in my way? I think it is, because when I intersect it and I assign, well, we're going to just do those with set. Well, we'll see what happens. So, okay, I just, like, you could draw a line at center on your fabric. That's what I did. But let's try it this way. Okay, so we just want to draw some lines. So I don't know, I got my line tool. Okay, it's going to do straight stitch. I can see right there. And I'm just going to click out here and click over here. You intersect it whatever way you want. Oh, that's not leaving me very much room for my nameplate. And what I was worried about with my nameplate is I covered these lines with candle wicking. And I was afraid if I put my nameplate over it, there would be bumps under it and it would show. So I'm going to undo and I'm going to start down a little lower. So I'll have plenty of room for my, oh, what am I doing here? I have no idea. Okay, because I don't have my line tool selected. Line tool. Now I'm going to start down below and kind of angle it up. Oh, I'm still not leaving enough, am I? I think I better undo again. Start farther down. So I did undo. I'm going to start down here and go up. Now I'm leaving enough room for my nameplate. Okay. Oh, I have selected. So not that. I have to have my line on. Start down here with my line. And I'm going to intersect up there. Doesn't matter if you go over. That's going to get cut off at the end. And now here, I'm going to select. I kind of wanted, like maybe halfway down. So I'm going to click on that line. About at the halfway point. I'm just eye judging it from here. And then I'll go down this way. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's going to interfere with this line. It's going to interfere with the satin stitch or the fancy fill stitch. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the line. Okay. So I'm going to go undo, undo. Forget about the line. It's going to create too much work for me. We'll find center. It's marked on your hoop. So I'm just going to keep undoing until all I have is the rectangle. I have no idea what it's doing. I must have moved it. That's what I probably did. Move it, move it. Oh, do I just start? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. Oh, no, I'm not. Look at it's up here. So keep going, undo. It probably would have been quicker for me to just open it again. Okay, I think I'm good. I think it just, okay, now I'm good. Okay, so let's do our dissecting again. Click on the line tool. It's going to be straight stitch. Finally figured out to start down there. I'm going to intersect about right there. Then I'm going to kind of eye judge where maybe the center might be. Try to click on that line and intersect here. You decide. You can put more fancy fills, more intersecting lines, whatever you want to do. Okay. Memory, save on the machine. Line properties. Do we want this to sew? No, we don't. We don't need this to sew. We've already tacked down our fabric. Okay, so we are going to go to line properties, no sew. So this is the zigzag with the red slash mark. Okay. Then line bucket. Click on the line. Oh, I didn't click just right. There. Now they all should have. So I didn't hit it right. I was using my finger. Let's just double check. Let's click on the line. Oh, that wasn't done. There, that one's done. I better click everywhere. We want there. That one wasn't done either. I guess maybe I created a hole somehow. There, all those lines. So click everywhere. I better double check. You know what? I'm going to zoom in to 200% and pan. It changes the color from black to gray. So line bucket. Click on the line. No, that one's already done. Already done. I'm just going to make sure. We would know it in the next screen. And we could easily just return and go back and make everything a no-sew. Oh, I don't have the bucket on. Bucket. Make sure they're all a no-sew. Okay, I better swing up top and just double check. Okay, so we're good. And then I'm going to go back to 100%. Now, okay, 100%. Now fill properties. So down here, so this is the area where we work with what we want to fill. Up here, so you see lines under, these are line properties, meaning that how do we want the lines to sew out? So we're going to fill properties. Then the fill patterns button, I think they call it decorative fill patterns. So the fill patterns button, oh, didn't press it right. Fill patterns, oh, there. I'm better with my mouse. Okay, select. And there they are. Give it a second. It looked like, it felt like, oh, it didn't register, and you'd click again. Just, give it time. There are so many fancy fills that it needs to bring up. And you know what? There's a new one that I haven't done yet. So I'm dying to do it. Oh, this one right here for the lattice. I think that would be really cool. So, okay. And then, so I picked the normal one, which is 016. So that's the one that we've had on since the Destiny came out. And then we'll select red. So it's already on red, so I'm okay. So press OK. Now we're on step 54, the fill bucket. So right down here, fill bucket. Click in that area to fill it. All right. Now we are going to press fill properties again. Select. Pick one of your favorite fills. I'm going to try to pick something different, but I did pick the roses, which they turned out really pretty. Why don't I do the roses? And then I'll go down and look at the new ones. So the roses, 004, and then blue. It's a color I haven't used yet, so I'll just select blue. Okay. Fill bucket. So fill bucket is already on. Fill an area. All right, now I'm going to go in again to fill properties, select. And so depending on how many areas you selected, you may have 6 areas to fill. I love those flowers, but I'm starting to get bored with them. Maybe I love 043. I want to see how that one's going to look. So pick it. Then, okay, what color? Let me see. You know what? Let's go with that fuchsia pink. Okay. Fill bucket. Click in here to fill it. Okay, so they all look cool, don't they? They all look really good. Now, next. Now, it was like, oh my goodness, this is going to take so long to sew out. So I think I want to make these fills a little bigger. So right now it's working with the fuchsia pink and these, like, I'm going to call them feathers. So I'm going to click on the 100% and bring it up to 120. 120 and okay. And I'm just going to do the same thing for all of them. So here it's on the feathers. Let's press our right arrow. Now it's doing the roses. Let's do the same thing. Oh, look at this. Something I didn't do. Let's go back. Let's go back because I want the outline on. So there I made it 120. I made it 120. It's outline off, which means every time this comes to the end, which looks like at least 50 times right there, it's going to stop, tie a knot, cut the thread, pull them to the back, and it's going to end up taking my design too long to sew out. So I'm going to go from off to on and okay. Now I'm going to go to the next area. So go to your next area and then same thing, 100%, go to 120 and okay. Now, doesn't it seem like I should have been able to press link and it would have selected all the fancy fills, but it doesn't. Let me show you. Link. See, they don't all have the same stitch. Oh, and look at this. A whole sentence comes up. Select objects with the same stitch settings at once and see how mine are all different. So, okay, so now we're going to go down to the off and turn it on. It's just going to save time and okay. Press your right arrow. Go to 120. You can decide if you want it bigger, smaller. So we're just making that fancy fill a little bit bigger. Then the right arrow. And it went back to the feathers. There's the roses. There we are with the lattice. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's at 120. I better double check everything. And then we want to turn outline on. Okay. All right, let's look again. So we've got the feathers. We've got the roses at 120. We've got the lattice at 120. Outline on. Okay, so it's going through again. So, okay, we're good. Okay, all right. Now, okay. So now you are going to set this. No, or am I? I need to add the candle wicking. I really hope that I saved this in IQ Designer without the fancy fill. First time I did this, I didn't do it, but I can't remember anything, so I better save it now. So now set, okay. Now, see, I wanted to sew all the fancy fills first, then go back and put the candle wicking on top of it. If I put everything on the screen at once, the machine decides what order it wants to sew it in. And, now we can change orders. So maybe I could have done everything at once. But I like going all the way into embroidery and then adding my next step, adding what I want to sew on top. So we're going to go to Add, IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. I saved it. Okay, we're good. All right, so we're gonna get just the rectangle with the diagonal lines that I drew. Okay. Now what do I want it to sew out with the candle wicking? I just wanted to sew out that line and that line, right? And so I don't want it to sew out the whole rectangle. And if I don't break those lines, it's going to sew everything. So I have to break the lines wherever they intersect with these lines, okay? So I'm going to go to my eraser and make sure okay. So we're on step 79. So you're going to press the eraser. The eraser is going to be too big. I'm going to, oh, it said 20. You know why it's going to be too big? Because I always zoom in and I didn't write that down. Like it would be kind of hard for me to see whether I'm breaking the lines. I like to go in and usually I like 400% and then I press pan. Okay, you don't have to press pan. You can just grab this and slide it up. See how you do. Oh, it's too slow for me. So there, I've got my hand, my pan. I'm going to go up and just slide my screen around. Now eraser, it's at 20. See how big it is? Too big. So I'm going to go, I'll go down to like 8 or 10 just to make my eraser a little smaller. Okay, and all I want to do is break those 4 lines. I'm just going to, okay, then pan. And I'll slide over and go down and look for another spot. And there we are. Press my eraser. See how it's not on? Eraser. As soon as you press pan, the eraser turns off. So I'm going to click in the center there. Yeah, I broke all 4 lines there. So click on pan and go look for that other line. I'm going to go all the way, slide over. I can see it. Okay, here's my eraser again. And click to erase. Okay, now I'll go back down to 100%. And I want candle wicking on these lines. Do I want it to sew out these lines? Right now, those lines are going to sew out. Look at this, as a zigzag. I hope I told you to. I'm going to check my papers ahead. No, I didn't. So we've got to go to line properties. I'm just going to press the zigzag, okay, and go to no sew. I should have no sewed first. Who suggested that? Oh, well, I didn't. Okay, and then I'm at no sew, and I'm going to click that line. No, I didn't press line bucket. Line bucket. Now, no sew. Okay, I want this to be a no sew. Did you see? It just barely, it's hard to see it change from black to gray. So now we'll know it in the next screen, but look at these little pieces here. It's going to sew those out as a zigzag. So I need to go in and erase those or no sew them. Let's try to no sew. So I'm going to go in here with my mouse. Okay, I think I got that one. Get this one. Like, even though it's not going to matter because it's going to get cut off, it'll just slow the design down and you'll be wondering, why is there a zigzag there? Okay, now I think I did good. I think they're all the things I don't want to sew. I don't know what I did up here. We better go in there and look at that. I see something. Remember I touched the screen? So I'm going to go up to the corner. Oh, who knows what I did. It looks like it's a no-sew though. Okay, so I've got line bucket and no sew. So I think I could erase it if I was afraid of what it's doing. So I could just go and erase it. So, look around your screen and see if there's something funny on there. But remember, you can always go back. Okay, so now I'm going to go to line properties. So line properties, a piece of paper with a line below it. This is candle wicking. Okay, green and okay. Line bucket, click on the line to turn it green. It looks like all those lines are green. I almost see something right down there. I'm gonna go to 400% and go look at what I have to pan. Press pan. I guess it's okay. It looks like it's all a no sew. I thought I saw something. Maybe there was something on my screen. Okay, so now we've put candle wicking and we no sewed everything we don't want. Let's save this. Save it on the machine. And then click on next. Okay. So next, here's where we tell it what size. And long ago, Steve and I decided that we don't like our candle wicking little. We like it big. And so I put on there, increase your candle wicking to at least 0.25. So I'm just going to click up. Oh, well, now see, Steve would make it that big. So Steve and John moved to the store. So now when you come into the store, you will be greeted by Steve and John. And there's a new girl, Kendall, and Janine's still there. Sherry's still there. I'm not sure if she's there today, but everybody's still there. It's just, those two are fun to be around. And we said hiding them over here was no good for the store. So, okay. So I have it at 0.252. That sounds good. Okay. Now let's watch it get bigger. So I like what I see. Set. Okay. All right. So I said, sew this out. And then we're going to position we're going to make the name patch and the pocket later and position them later. Okay. So you're going to go to all the way to embroidery. All right. And you're just going to sew. So I'm going to go memory, save on the machine. Now let's go make the patch. Okay. So we're going to get out of there. So we're going to go to home and okay. Then to IQ Designer. That cleared my screen. And I'm going to go to shapes. So here are shapes. And then, okay, so we have a pretty shape there. All we did was what? An oval before. So, but we have all these pretty shapes. So that one, but I want you to go to closed shapes. So it looks like a flag at the top. And I liked this one. But you could look at you have that one. You have a bunch of them. Look how pretty that one is. So you could put every one of these you make, you can put a different shape and put a name inside. Okay, so I picked that one, 004, then okay. Size. So, okay, so I'm going to go to size. Now, Mike and Patty made theirs 2-inch by 5.5-inch. I tried, Joni's name. I think whoever's name, like a J, kind of dips down and you needed extra space. So I decided to make mine 2.5 tall. So I'm going to go up to the keypad. I could use my arrows, but go up to the keypad and make the height 2.5 set and the width 5.5. I didn't want to go any bigger. Now remember, when you're doing on something smaller like the 5x7 notebook, you're not going to want to make it 5.5 wide. I would say the biggest you would want to make it would be 4. I would go 4 wide. So you'll do your name smaller. So you can do this any size that you want. But I'm going to stick with the 5.5. So 5.5 and set. All right, then okay. All right, so first one is going to be my placement line. So I'm going to go to line properties, straight stitch. Then I'm checking to see what color I decided to do it. Purple. Okay, purple and okay. Line bucket. Click on that line to turn it purple. So now it's purple. Then we are going to go next. Now, one thing I found, it was hard to see this, only sewn out once. So this time we're going to leave this on because when I've already sewn my fancy fill, it was really hard to see the little straight stitch. So make it go around twice. So leave this on. And my stitch length at 0.080. So we're going to leave it at the default settings. And then we're going to set it. That was step 115. Okay. Okay, so that's my placement line. I need a tack down for the fabric. So I am going to go up to edit, make a copy. Here's the button. So let's see what they call it. I think they call it duplicate. Yeah, duplicate. So duplicate. See, it isn't one on top of the other. So I have to go to move, which is the 4 arrows, move, press the centering button, which is this dot. And now they're one on top of the other. And then okay. So now I have both now you know what I'm worried about. Did I save that? But I know exactly what size I made, but I don't remember saving it. But now I have to add. So we're on step 122. Add IQ Designer. Pocket with the arrow pointing out. No patch. So I have to make it again. Luckily, I do have the size written down. So I'll just cancel. I should have saved it, but we're going to go back into shapes. So here's shapes. Open shapes. Pick that same one. Okay. Size. Go up to the keypad. 2.5 set. And now I forget what size I made. I think it was 5.5. I'm going to look back at my notes. Yes, 5.5. So 5.5 set. All right, then okay. So now you won't have to do that if you remember to press save. But okay, so now I'm going to press next. We're all ready. It's going to do it in a satin stitch. Okay, it's 0.080. That makes no sense to me. So I have to go up to settings, go to page 9 of 12, change it to inches or change it to millimeters. Okay. Now it's only 2 millimeters wide. Anymore, I make it 5. Patty's the one that encouraged me to make it 5. And that's because, we don't have to be so careful cutting our fabric. So I'm going to plus up my zigzag width up to 5 and okay. Let's take a look. And anymore, I'm going back to having my density up to 110. Maybe it's something with this variegated thread, but I like it to be really dense. So there, I'm good. And okay, I was supposed to make that red. Let's do it. Let's go up to settings, zigzag, red. Okay, so you can go back at any time and change it. All right, now step 136, we're gonna press set and okay. I'm gonna turn my page and make sure that that's my next step. Set and okay. So here I am embroidery. Now I need to move that and I have no idea where. Okay, I'm going to go to edit and there's this grouping button, but I just haven't gotten the hang of it. So if I press down here, does it select all? Let's just check if it does. Select all. Let's try moving it and see if everything moves. Oh, it does. I could have done this here. So what I did on your paper is I went all the way to embroidery and did this. But remember that you'll press your grouping button. You'll group, select all. So it's selecting everything, then okay. Turn on your projector. Okay. Okay, you can also use your camera, but I turned on the projector and I'm going to move my projector. So how you do that is you click on one of these blue lines and it usually makes a noise. Oh, maybe that's what I can't do. See how it's selected and I can't move my projector. So maybe I better go to embroidery. Okay. All right, now go to embroidery. Turn my projector on. Okay, then okay. It's not going to do anything till you press okay. Now, see, nothing is selected. So I'm going to press on one of these corners. And how come it's not moving? There we go. Sometimes, especially when you use your fingers. So I'm going to move to the area where I want my name. Now remember, I already sewed mine. And then I'm going to select my embroidery design. So I want to move it. So I'm going to press move. First, I should have, okay, so I'm going to press rotate. Rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. Oh, there's the move buttons right in rotate. So I can just take it. I can just touch it and bring it in to where I want it. Now here, this would be something really neat to do if you needed to, let's say you stopped a design before it was completely done and you still have to do an applique. And so you've got to move that applique. So this is a great tool to use if you have to fix something. So remember, I just have the patch right now. Now we're not really fixing anything because mine isn't a mistake. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed it one more time this way. But see how I can get it on there, exactly on there? Okay, so okay, but now I need to add a name to it. So return, and Tommy he wants me to take to Quilt Market a notebook that says new. So when Deb and I are in Quilt Market, we're going to take notes. He wants me to take notes about every single thing we bought. And so when we come back, they know what's coming. They say to me all the time, we never know what you bought. We don't know what you're doing. Like sometimes I can't sleep at night, so I'm buying things. So I need to write them down. Okay, so to add the name to it now, I'm going to press return, add the fonts. I keep going to this one, 307, because that's my favorite. Another one that's my favorite is, I really like this one, 406. Now see how I can preview, and if new, yeah, let's see how it does an N. You know, sometimes like a letter J doesn't look good. See, this one does a J good, does an S good. So this font is really good. So, okay, I like the N, I like the E, and I like the W. And I think I'm going to keep it all capitals. So you'll switch. So I'm looking at this one saying, I turned on the preview, so I think it looks good. So I'm going to type those letters in. I'm going to go all caps, but if you want N, so here's my N. If I want lowercase, I would just touch this tab. So I'm going to go to E, E, and W. And then set it. Now I need to edit, rotate it. Here's my rotate button. Rotate 90 degrees. I can take my thumb or any finger really and position it. Oh, I need to move it a little bit. Wouldn't you know, I thought it was going to be too big, but I think it's good. I think it's good. Oh, I'm moving it too fast. Give it one more little. Okay, I'm looking at it. I like what I see. How about up and down, like maybe down one? I think that looks good. So, okay. And then I would save it and save it on the machine. And then I would embroider this, okay? So now we need to make our pencil holder, okay? So I have it on there as add the pocket pen. We saved it, so I can sew this later. Okay, so now I am going to go home. I want a separate design. I don't want to do these all at once. I want a separate design. So I'm going to go home. Okay. Then I'm going to go into IQ Designer. So this is the third section of the directions. And first we're going to go into shapes. And I measured my pen. So first thing, I'm going to select the square. Okay. Hey, that would have been neat to select because then it would have been rounded at the bottom. I'll do that on my next one. Okay, so I'm just going to follow with my directions for now. So, okay. All right, and then size. I measured my pen, and it was 5.5 inches long. So I kind of looked at it, and I decided to make it 4.25 inches tall. Okay, so we're going to go into size. Oh, look we're in millimeters. So we have to go to settings and page 9 of 12. We're in millimeters. I'm going to go to inches and okay. All right, now we're going to go to the keypad, and the height is 4.25. You can make yours any size you want, 4.25 set, and then 1.5 wide, set. Okay, and then press OK. We need to erase the top part of this rectangle. So I'm going to go to my select box down at the bottom. So select, and I've got box select. And just the same way as we did it before, we're going to click and drag a box around the top, just barely the top. I don't want to lose too much height, and we're going to cut it away. And now we have a U shape for our pocket. Okay, so how do I want it to sew out? Well, I took my fabric and I folded it. So so it's 4.25. So I took like a 9-inch by 2.5-inch wide piece of fabric, folded it in half. So it was 4.5 inches by 2.5. So the folded edge was going to go across the top. Okay, so the first one I want to do is a placement line, so I know where to place my fabric. So we're going to line properties, straight stitch, and then I forget what color, and I think I went green. Okay. Line bucket. Click on the line to turn it green. Oh, I didn't hit it right. That time I did. There, it turned green. Okay. Next, we want to save it because we're going to need this again. So memory pocket, save on the machine. All right, I'm going to leave double stitching on to make sure that I can see it through those fancy fills. So just press set. We saved it. Okay. Edit. I need another one. So that's just the placement line. So I need a tack down. It's not in the center. So I need to go to move and press that center button. It's one on top of the other. So I'm doing good. Okay. Now we're on step 26, which is add IQ designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. There's my little pocket. Okay. Line properties. It's going to have a raw edge. So I decided I wanted satin stitch. You could do it in candle wicking, but you'd have to move your candle wicking close together. And I thought satin stitch would be easier because it's going to be 2 layers of fabric. So I stuck with the satin stitch. So zigzag, blue. Okay. Line bucket. Click on the line. Oop, click on the line. I didn't do it right. There, that time 3 times. Now it's blue. Next. Okay, so here, my stitch width, I got to go back to millimeters. So millimeters is on page 9 of 12. So inches to millimeters. Okay, change your stitch width to 5 millimeters. So you're sure to cut off your raw edges. Okay. I've got 2 layers of fabric underneath. I think I want to make the density 110 to make sure it covers. Then, okay. Okay, now I need to position this, right? So I've got my settings. So I better save this, right? Save, memory pocket, save on the machine, set, okay. All right, go all the way into embroidery. Because remember, I couldn't move it, right? Something was wrong. I couldn't move it with the projector on. I don't know. So go to embroidery, turn on your projector. Now you know the other way. So you saw me do it with the projector. Let's turn on the camera. Camera, scan, okay. And it's going to take a picture of what I have in the hoop. Now, we already have our pocket sewn, so you have to pretend like there's no pocket there. Oh, I hit the wall. I did. That was me hitting the wall. So guess what I got to do? So it's saying recognizing that I have to take my hoop out and I have to turn. Oh, look at that. It just does not look good, does it? So there, and I just have to pull a little farther away. I have to reboot. Well, maybe I need Kate to help me. So it's not moving, Kate. I bet it just there is good. We have to remember how much. We have to remember all the things that just fell down behind the table. Okay, so it has to reboot. It has to recalibrate. Like it will let you keep sewing, but everything's gonna be thrown off. Nothing's gonna match. So whenever that happens, you got to reboot. So things are blinking. I'm seeing it was blinking. Now it's got a red light. Do not turn off the machine, even if the screen goes dark. Okay. It's recalibrating, getting everything back into gear. I see things going around. Okay, there. I've got my screen on. So I'm going to press it. Okay. The carriage embroidery unit will move. Okay. Please wait a while. Okay. It's doing that. It does, every brand I've ever seen, it always does that. I'm going to go into embroidery. Oh, look at my picture there. Okay. Let's go to the memory pocket. And there's my pocket set. Now, it didn't save it. It usually it recalls. So maybe I didn't press the right button. I don't know. There. Maybe because I was scanning, who knows. Okay, so now we're going to try again. We're going into embroidery. Okay, we're going to press the camera. I should have thought of that. You'd think I'd know by now, right? But these floors are crooked. The cabinets kind of move on their own. Like, or if you just touch the cabinet, it'll roll an inch or two. That doesn't happen if you have carpeting. I'm just smiling because I remember, that was such a big deal when we were young to get carpeting, right? Okay, so now I've got my design. Now, if I press close here, okay, I was afraid that it would turn off. Okay, so there, I'm gonna go. Now remember, you're pretending like that isn't there, but we'll try to position this design right on top. Like, let's say a mistake happened and I ripped it out, but now there's a hole in my fabric. I've got to position that pocket in the exact same spot to cover the hole. So here we'll go to layout. We will rotate 90 degrees. Okay, we're going to move it, and we can move it just by touching it and moving it. And because I'm all the way in embroidery, it's moving all 3 layers at once. So one more to see how it's moving it exactly to the right spot. So, okay, so now it's ready to sew. So then I would sew my pocket. Okay, so what do we have left to do? We have to sew the back to the front. So I'm going to come up to the cutting table and position all my pieces. Okay, and then so we're not going to take it out of the hoop. We're going to do the whole thing in the hoop. Okay, here I'll swing this up to the cutting mat, and I've got my paper tape. Okay, so the first thing, so Tommy wanted them to see this, I bet. Okay, look at this. So this is coming with the Harvest design set. So he's just thinking if you want to make a pillow, he may have a project planned for it. He did a leaf with a really cool design. So, okay, so there we go. Okay, the other thing I wanted you to see is when I did these designs, I don't know whether you could tell. I'm going to put it here. When I did these, I did not put shape flex. Oh, yeah, you can see the wrinkles. This one, I put shape flex. So I put, not shape flex, but hot fix. Hot fix on the wrong side, and I ironed it. So I sewed it down, then I ironed it. And do you see how much flatter it's laying? So don't skip the hot fix. We'll be showing you hot fix in a little bit. See mine, it's all wrinkly. Joni gets the good one. Okay, all right. So here, the sides. So I just kind of was like, how far do I want to tuck my book in? And I just thought, oh, maybe 3 inches. Let me see how wide I did make it. Yeah, I did do 3 inches. So I think we cut these 6 inches. I'm going to double check. But then we felt like a little bit more would have been better. So when I did Natalia's, it's just a little bit wider, just like, what, a 1/4 inch, that's all. And I just felt like it would hold my book better. So, okay, so I cut this 6.5 wide by the width of this. So, I measured, and you can get it like pretty much exact. I'm going to flip this over so the folded edge is pointing towards the center. And I'm just going to match up. Okay, so I'm going to match up. Now remind me when I do this, I have to make that that when I sew this together, it has to be, the rectangle has to be a 1/2 inch thinner and a 1/2 inch shorter, okay? Because it's going to come in 1/4 inch, okay? So I'm going to put the tape. Now, didn't I run into trouble when I did this before because my needle got gummed up? So I'm just making sure that I'm on the cut line. Remember, it's going to sew it a 1/4 inch in. So I'm just going to tape it kind of far away from where it's going to sew so my needle doesn't get gummed up. Okay, so I got that one side. Here's the other one. So again, the folded edge is facing in. Look at this. I didn't iron it just right. I think I'm going to be okay, but you want to make sure that those raw edges are meeting. I'm just going to kind of finger press it here. Okay, so here. Okay, I'm looking good. Okay, and then I'll tape again, trying to keep it far away from where it's going to sew. I don't want anything to shift, so that's why I'm using so much tape. Now, your centerpiece, it's gonna go down right side facing down, but it does not, you don't want it as big as, because then you won't be able to turn it, okay? So you need these raw edges. So, here, so I just made it like 3 inches shorter than it was. So it was, oh, now I'm forgetting my numbers, but it was in the beginning 16.5. And so I made it 13.5. So 13.5 by the same width. Okay, and then I'm going to tape. And no stitching is going to be right here. So I can tape here. There's going to be stitching all along the side. We'll keep an eye on it, make sure that it doesn't ripple or anything. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good with my taping. We got to create that box though. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, it's like not going in right. There, it's went in smooth. So it started going in, hard to push in. So I just pulled it right out. Okay, so now I better have my numbers in front of me. Okay, so I need a rectangle. See, in our class, so we have 2 classes coming in this week. And they're going to make this, but we're going to be switching to the sewing machine. So we did not do this. So I'm going to go home. Okay. And then I'm going to go to IQ Designer. I am going to select a shape. So here's shape, the square. Okay. Size. Now I want to make it, oh, look at this. It's in millimeters. Go to settings, page 9 of 12. Go to inches. Okay. All right. Now, keypad. So the first one's going to be the height, and that was 16.5. And so I'm going to make it 16. So 16 set. And then the width was 10.75. I'm going to make it a 1/2 inch narrower. So I'm going to go 10.25 and set. Okay. Line properties. I want it to sew as a straight stitch. So line properties, straight stitch. Let's go gold and okay. Line bucket. Click on the line to apply those settings. Next. So that 080 is actually a 2 stitch length. I think that's good because we're going to be pushing and pulling on it. These undersewing, if I leave it on, it's going to sew it twice. I want it to sew it twice because, you know, we'll be taking a notebook in and out. We'll be pushing out our corners. I want it to double stitch. So set it. Okay. And go to embroidery. I should probably save this, shouldn't I? Oh, well, I didn't save the size, but I'll save here and save on the machine. All right, I have my same thread in. I'm ready to go. So all I do is press start. Okay, so I'm press start. And I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Is there anywhere that I'm worried? Like I am worried a little bit right there. Oh, don't go under. Oh, it didn't. Oh, I wasn't threaded. Okay, so I didn't sew on this one today.
No.
There's no thread. I'll just steal it out of the machine right where I was sewing. Oh, that's crazy. It's like I was in the Twilight Zone for a second. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Did you know I didn't have
No.
thread in there? No, I didn't either. I don't know. Oh, wow, it's Monday. I like doing this on Monday so much better. I did get to start the directions on Saturday. Yeah, so this is better. So I have a long list of things that I'd like to plan projects with. So we have a lot of topics. So now this coming up Monday, I may have to do something easy because I'll be just coming back from Quilt Market. So I don't know whether, well, we'll see. We'll see. I think I'll be so excited to tell everybody what I did at what we found at Quilt Market. Now remember, it's sewed a few stitches, so I have to go to plus minus and back to 0. Okay, now we'll press start. But I'm still nervous about that flap of fabric, so I'm gonna stay with it. I probably should have put a piece of tape. I'm just pressing it down there. I'm safe now. I might have to worry about this over here. Once it's sewn once, you don't have to worry. Oh, it's not going to hit the wall, is it? Hey, I didn't. Sure doesn't look like it's a 1/4 inch smaller. We'll have to see. Oh, I didn't center it. Well, we will know in a second. So the sides are good, but look at how close it stitched that. It's supposed to be a 1/4 inch in. So I'm thinking this other end is going to be a 1/2 inch. So I'm ready to stop it. It doesn't look like it, but maybe it is a 1/2 inch. And that would pull away. So I'm going to go back. I could turn it to sewing and just sew a little straight stitch, you know, like an 1/8 of an inch away, and that would hold. But then I'd have to change my foot and everything. So I think I'll just move it and only sew that one little part. Let's see if we can do that. Or does anybody else have a suggestion on what to do? I should have centered it. I didn't center it. So that's why it's a 1/2 inch on the one end and like next to nothing on this end. It'll be fine though. This little notebook cover is very forgiving. There, it thinks it's done. So I wanted to sew that part. So I'm going to go, okay, I am going to, so okay. And I want to move it and move. Okay, let's see. I want to move it up. Is that going to move it 1 inch? Couldn't. Could it? Let's see. I think it's It says inches. We'll check it. I'll check it right here. Okay. All right. So we got to check it, and we'll check the bottom. And let's turn on our light. I think that's going to work. It's only, so I don't know what those numbers are. I'll have to find out. But it is like 1/8 of an inch up. Okay, but I don't want it to sew the rest of it, right? So I'm going to go plus minus and plus up like 100 stitches. I'll leave that light on. 100 more. Oh, maybe just 10 at a time. Okay, maybe one at a time. Oh no, back. There, that looks good. So I should have written down, it was on like stitch 211 because I'd like to double stitch that. I need to stop it and cut because I want it double stitched. And so I'm going to go minus 100 and minus, if I go back, okay, that was 241, 10, 10. Oh, the light isn't on. Let's turn on the, so I pressed the W button up here, and that's what made the light come on. If I go to settings, I can change, like I have it as a, it looked like a bright pink plus, but you can go through your settings and change it to a dot. Pointer color, I have it fuchsia. Pointer shape, I have plus. You can do a dot. I kind of like the plus. I'm going to leave mine on the plus. So, okay. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, minus 10, minus, minus. That looks good. We're just going to sew across there one more time. So that's when I demonstrate something, you always see what will go wrong. But now you'll know how to fix it. So I think we're good there. I'll just press this not sew in place button and then cut and tie the knot. Okay, now all we have to do is trim it and turn it. Okay, so here we'll take it out. And then I'll show you products. Next week will be really fun, I think, because I'll be bringing things back. Deb knows her mission. She's gonna, we're bringing bags to bring back stuff. No wheeled carriers, they said. It opens at 7:30. I said, Deb, some people start, they start lining up to get in at 3 hours ahead. They just, it's in a hallway and they just sit on the floor. She said, I'll sit there for 3 hours. And it's like the Moda booth, you couldn't even get close to it. But we'll bring back good stuff. Don't you worry. So, okay, so I'm going to take the tape off. I shouldn't even worry about this piece. It's going in a notebook cover. So what am I worried about? I'm not going to worry about it. Whoever gets this as a present is going to love it, right? You thought of them. You could do it in their favorite color and put their name on it, and they will love it because you thought of them. That's what's so much fun about this. So what do I have there? Is that another piece of tape? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so I'm just going to trim on the cutting line. So really on the other side, that outer straight stitch, oh, I don't trust it. I'm just going to go right here and just trim 1/4 inch away. Oh my goodness, look what I did. My ruler moved. It's not fatal. It's not a fatal error. almost. But look at, I cut right up to my stitching line. I'm just gonna go on the sewing machine and sew 2 straight stitches right next to it. Look at that. That's not supposed to happen live, but it did. Oh gosh, it's just one of those days, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm going, I don't know, a lot of you know what I'm going through. Not with the audit, although the auditor was supposed to pause the audit, and she contacted me, and so I already answered her question though. And so I'm just gonna say I already answered that, because that's the thing, is she keeps asking me the same questions over and over. But anyhow, my little Kate, my granddaughter, is not doing good, and we don't know. So that's like laying heavy on me, and all I can do is pray. I can't help the situation. All I can do is pray. And so today is Maddie told me it's the feast day of the archangels, and so that's my church is Saint Michael the Archangel. So we're thinking that maybe they'll have something special going on. But even not, the doors are always open, and I could just go in and pray, because that's the only thing I can do. We got to get some good news. I try to wake up my ancestors. I yelled to my husband, Pete, you got to help us. And my mom and dad, where are they? They must, heaven must be really fun, because we're not hearing from them. They're not watching us. They're not making sure things are going our way. But, whenever I yell, I'll visit his grave tonight too. Maybe that'll help. It's like, Pete, I need you. Okay, so I got to go back to the sewing machine, don't I? Okay, so let's see. I've got a presser foot right here. Do I have a screwdriver? I have a screwdriver right out here. I'm just going to do it really quick. Is it midnight yet? Oh, no. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, because I cut, my ruler moved. Yes, and I cut my project, not to the point of no return, but almost. But if everybody could look up the St. Michael the Archangel prayer and say it to help my granddaughter. Really, all 3 of them need it. So I'm going to go light 5 candles. Okay, I put my presser foot on. Okay, here's my almost disaster. I'm just going to line up. And I'm in embroidery. That's not going to work. Home, okay. Oh, sewing, okay. Okay, it's on straight stitch, center needle position. I think that's going to work. I'm just going to go right along that edge. Now, I don't have a foot control. I need a foot control. I'm just going to grab this one. Okay, so now notice I do have it in pivot, but I do have my machine set up in the settings so that it's automatic presser foot down. I like that. I like that I can turn that off or keep it on. I'm just going to go in reverse and sew. So I'm going to do a row and another row right next to it, because right there, I'm just afraid, with this small of a seam allowance that when I go to turn it, it might break a hole in it. And then I'll cry. There. Okay. Now I want to do that again. And I'm just going to do it right next to it. Okay, lower. See, and I like too that we can use our hand lifter along with the automatic presser foot down. So I'm just going to have another row right next to it. And I don't think it's going to affect the project at all. I never have those rulers move. I better clean it off. It might have too much fuzz stuck to it or something, because that's one of those Quilter Select. And they don't move. And cut. Okay, there's still another dangerous thing I got to do, and that is trim these at the diagonal. So there, so there's not too much bulk. You could just do that with scissors, but there. Okay, then see, because you've got this hole, it's really easy to turn it. So turn it right side out, flip those ends. Well, I got a big chunk here. That's not going to do anybody any good. There. And I've got my point turner, at least I did have it. Here it is. Okay, got it. Okay, so we'll flip this. Okay. Now during class, if you come to our class where we're making this, we send you over to the showroom and you use the Lara Star iron. They turned out really good with the Lara Star iron. Yeah, Selena says that sometimes they do move. Oh, thank you for praying for my granddaughter. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. So, and that, I think, okay, I'll just poke out the corners. I'll get Tommy's ironing mat. There. And we'll press it. Oh, it's still on, so that's good. I forgot to grab a notebook. Look at this, but I think we'll get the idea. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay. Look how good that looks. Yeah.
You want me to grab a notebook?
Yeah, do you know where they are? I don't know. I ordered more to arrive tomorrow. See, I like this. I like splitting it and making it look kind of crazy patchwork. I got a thread there.
I didn't see any off.
Yeah, I better come by tomorrow. Because even, I think we used the one that was on. But anyhow, here's where your notebook cover goes into. And then here, and we'll iron that in half. And we have a pocket for our pen. So I love it, don't you? I love it. I think it's really neat. I kind of tried to center this with this. Was off a little bit. It might have been okay to be, you know, who knows? It doesn't matter where it is, right? It's perfect because now you have a place to put your pen. There. Perfect. And you'll always have a pen with you. So wonderful. Love it, they say. Can't wait to make some. I know. It makes, that's a perfect gift to give someone, isn't it? It's like you thought about them. Look at how pretty this is. I really like this. Look at that. Look at that on the back. I don't know which way I like better. Do some one way, some another. Just, yeah, they look great. Here's Natalia's. Remember, Natalia does our cutting, and we've got that motif stitch with the little rotary cutters. So, yeah. Okay. All right. And we are ready to show them products, right? Okay. Hi. Oh, bye. Is it 5 already? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Bye, Joe. Do you want to say hi to the viewers? Yeah, yeah. This is Joe. He's our new mechanic. Yep,
Hello.
he's learning. Zach's a good teacher, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I had 2 machines to work on today by myself, and
Yeah,
honestly
how'd
got
you do?
further than I thought I would, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good, 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 good. Okay.
So hopefully tomorrow when he gets back, he's gonna be happy about what got done.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He's a good teacher. I was listening to him teaching you, and he's very patient.
Mhm.
And actually that's how he handles the ladies too.
Mhm.
Like I hear him on the phone when somebody can't figure something out. I hear him on the phone go, now press the second button from the bottom, right? You've heard him, and that's what we need you to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've
Okay.
had a lot of stuff as far as hand sewing with my own grandmother, so
Oh,
it's
did
very much
you?
reliving memories for me. I always try to have a
Oh,
good attitude with everybody and make sure they're
right.
happy too.
Yeah, because they are all your grandmas are out there needing help.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
Well, I'm gonna head out here for the day. You
All
guys have
right.
a nice rest of your streaming day.
All right. Thank you.
Of course.
So we found a nice, very nice young man. Yeah. So that's good. He's very happy. I think he's very happy. Zach took him to buy him his own set of tools. And we ordered him Bernina tools and Baby Lock tools and shelves and all kinds of things. So, as I think he's happy all the time. So I think he likes it. So, yeah. And the good omen is my dad's name was Joe, and my brother's name is Joe. So that's good. All right, what do we have? Oh, okay, so that's the class, the reintroducing the Baby Lock Radiance and Avenir. And so if you're interested in one, but you want to, you want to test drive it, right? So in every class, we try to put a few people in that don't own the machine. And then we also put people in that do own it because they've forgotten all the features. They leave here happy. Right? Everybody that's taken it has learned something and has gotten more comfortable with their machines. So we have a really nice time. We do the Stitch Regulator, we do IQ Designer, we do a whole bunch. So there's a couple openings like September. Tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow and Wednesday we have a couple openings, and on so Tuesday. Yeah. So I think, right. So you could come tomorrow or Wednesday if you wanted to. And then there's some openings on October 8th. There's an opening. So yeah, there's lots of openings on October 8th. So come, you'll enjoy it. And we love you coming here. We just, it's really neat. Yeah, Sharon came and she said, good class. So that was good. Yes. So all of those features that we're doing in class, we will do those online too. But something you need to get is this Baby Lock Radiance operating manual. This is really nice to have. I don't do well with trying to read it on my computer and then as soon as I read it, I forgot what I read and I go to my sewing machine. So I have to write down on I want a book. I want to open a book. So we do have the Radiance manuals printed out. So this is the instruction guide, embroidery guide, and the embroidery design guide. So that is really nice to have. You'll love it. Okay, then another one that we have are the Avenir. Yeah, so my printers sometimes would do it in 2 books and sometimes 3 books and sometimes 4, but all the information is there. So this is the set of Avenir books. So I like having my books in my hand. For one thing, looking at the embroidery designs. Now see this one right here, you really didn't need that book. So, but here, look at this is the Disney embroidery designs. So you can look through the book and pick which one you want. Hey, but in the class, we teach you filtering. So you could tell the Avenir and the Radiance what size design you want to sew. So let's say you're putting something on a towel. How many times have you picked a design that was too big for the towel? Well, on the Avenir and Radiance, it's got a filtering feature where you tell it what size design you want. Like I told it I wanted between a 4x4 and a 5x7, and it showed me all the designs that I had in that menu. So that is a really nice feature. Okay, now we have the fat quarter bundles. So this one looks like this. Bellagio. I love this one. I took your one that was open. Yes, I took it because I want to remember to call them. We are waiting for the yardage to come. So I've got to call them because some of these would be perfect for the Janine Babick design, especially. That one's really good. And then to have behind the lettering, this one right here, and then to do your letters in one of these lighter colors. So I'm going to put this, where should I put it? I'm going to go put it back right where I got it because I'm calling them because I might have not ordered the yardage. I might have just ordered the fat quarters, so I don't know. Okay, so the next one is, this one is called Escapade, but it is butterflies. So it's a fat quarter bundle and it's got the whole assortment, beautiful fabrics. We do have yardage of this one. You know what's coming in this week? Remember the patriotic table runner that we made on Thursday? Well, that fabric is going to be here for Friday Fabric Frenzy this week. So, yes. So hopefully it'll be here. Well, no, we already got something going on Thursday. So we love to stitch on Thursday. So is Tiffany back? She told me it was a wedding. So I didn't know she had a wedding coming up. So she'll be back. Tiffany will be back tomorrow. Who knows if they'll have me do something tomorrow. Ruth Ann can't come. She's having her back issues again. She has an appointment with a doctor, I think late this week. And it's a doctor that has experience with her, the cysts that she has on her spine. So she needs prayers too. I just can't imagine being in pain like that all the time. Oh, okay. Now, the hot fix. And I had the hot fix out. Here it is. Okay. So this is what made Joni's name lay flat. So we put it behind all of our appliques. If Tommy didn't put hot fix behind the squirrel, this would have been all rippled. Hey, there's stitching on this tail. Huh. So you look at that. He needs to do that in a different color so we can see it. Like maybe more that brown. Okay. He got new software that will make the stitches curve. So even though it's a straight stitch, it makes it curve. So he is just really crazy about that. So, okay, featherweight hot fix. You can get hot fix other places. We're the only place that has the featherweight hot fix. And that's because the guy, Scott, he said, you're the ones that are promoting it. I'm going to give you exclusivity for a while, which I'll see him at Quilt Market and thank him again. So that's wonderful because the thicker hot fix is stiffer and we don't want it to be stiff. We want it to curve with our fabric. So if we put it on a shirt, like, and you put a big squirrel on a shirt, you don't want that squirrel to be stiff. So that's why we really like or if you put it in a quilt, you don't want that quilt, the house that you just appliqued to be stiff. And so the featherweight hot fix will work so much better. Okay. Next one are the clicker pens. Okay, and we have sets of marking pens. We need lots of those. So the first one is the clicker one. Now what's nice about what we get, the clicker has a little thicker point. You don't want extra fine. It just makes such a light line that you can't see it. So it's bold. So it's just a little thicker so you can see the line. Plus the clicker means you don't ever lose the cap, right? You just push down on this little, the pocket holder part, push down on that, the point will come out, push down again, and it goes up in. And so it has 3 colors, red, blue, and black. They iron away. So with the heat of the iron, they disappear. Now, the next one is they're the highlighters that with the heat of the iron, they erase away. So sometimes I've had it mark on black. So they say, test it in the seam allowance, but I kind of keep in mind where I'm marking and decide, what kind of pen I want to use. So if it's something I'm on black, then I'll use a chalk marker for black. So, okay. Now the next one is the charcoal liner. So this is the one I use. If I'm on black and I need to see the line, and I need to brush it away. So it's got that powder. It's a pen style, so it's really easy to hold. They have another style that's really short, and I just like this one a lot better. So, okay. And then there's a new one. It's actually been out there a long time, but we haven't shown it in a while. White marking pen. But this is another one that it's heat. You just press it with your iron and it disappears. I have used this on black and it disappears. So it marks with a faint white line and then disappears. So these are all really nice markers to have. Okay. Oh, variegated, see, I love variegated. So the variegated that I am using is this one right here. So there's just a subtle change, but it's just more interesting than just using a plain thread. I'm always grabbing for variegated. So quilting your quilts, I love all of these. So this is pretty. I've never used that color. That's really pretty, like a mint green and a bright spring green and a bright blue. That would be a subtle change on that one. This one too. So this is a set of the 10 most often used thread colors for using the variegated. So this is really nice to have. Okay. Oh, the paper tape. So I use the paper tape. You got to have that. You can sew through it. I still try not to, but you can sew through it. And it rips off really easy too. So you get 2 rolls of the paper tape. And remember that 10% back. You'll still get the 10% put back into your account. Your loyalty money will go back into your account for you to spend later. So, and then we have so we don't have this yellow one anymore.
We do
Do?
have it
Good.
there, but I took out the quantities on both the yellow and the pink one. Kathy's checking to see if we can get more. So if people want it, they can wait list.
Yeah, if you want to wait list, she's going to call Kimberbell and see if we can get more of the yellow and the cranberry colored. So this one's the yellow, and maybe go up and show them the cranberry. So cranberry, it kind of looks like it's got like a quilt markings on it. There it is. Yeah, there. I like that one. The red, and it's just nice and sturdy. You can't you don't need 2 hands to rip off a piece of tape. It'll hold it nice and sturdy. So, okay, now, this is cool. Okay, so Kate, she knows how to do so much with the computer. Okay, so now will I be able to see what they're seeing, or should I? Oh, I will. Okay, I can't wait to see. So are you going to show? So, okay, this one first, 119. Okay, so she made a video. So this is the design set, and it is the Baby Lock Fills and Motif Fabric Confetti Collection. Okay, and their packaging, it shows a little bit of the fancy fills, but then she has a video to show you. there. So the design suite and there. So there's so I think fabric confetti I think is from Arizona. So you will see, cactuses in there. There's cactuses with scrolls. So there's birds, hot tamales. There's a wolf. Oh, cowboy boots and flowers. So fabric confetti. And so this is great. So it's really showing you all the designs. So there's hummingbirds. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Is that something like a roadrunner maybe? Just some pretty leafy design. More hummingbirds. Horseshoes for good luck. We need that. And there's the owls. So beautiful. These are all fancy fills that you can add to the luminaire, the Solaris. Now, these are the decorative stitches you can add, and you can bring them into embroidery. So you saw how few stitches we had. Well, you buy these fancy fills and motifs. They call them motif. Oh, look at the moon and the stars. So you can add these to embroidery. So with doing projects like we did today, you will have so much fun with these. So, okay, so that one. Now, next one is, this one's a new one. And this one is Baby Lock Fills and Motifs, Fabric Confetti Collection number 2. So, there. And the video will start. I can't wait to see.
Can they be used on Stellaire?
Yes. Wait. No, I think it has to be Solaris Luminaire. You have to be able to add fancy fills and then add motif stitches. Now, if you have Stellaire, Destiny, Meridian, Altair, you need the software to go with it. So maybe we'll show that. So really nice design. See, there's a rotary cutter cutting a piece of fabric. Those are fancy fills. So getting ripped with your seam ripper. Have a heart and what it looks like an artichoke heart. Born to quilt, born to sew. There's a cup of tea, a tomato pincushion. Now you can kind of see peeking out at the side there with some of the decorative stitches. Runs with scissors. See, daring, we run with scissors. That looks like a turnip to me. So thread and flowers, strawberries, could use cherries. So these are all fancy fills. One in a melon, and there's watermelon. And then I think it's going to go over to the decorative stitches. Yeah, so let's see. So up above, what is that? That's an avocado, right? And that's a little bird holding hearts, cherries, crown, rotary cutter. That's the one I used on Natalia's. Teacup, an orange or lemon. There's a thread and seam ripper. Oh, look at that pretty rose. And the strawberries, and I saw watermelon too. So really neat, Kate. So when they click on it on our website, they will see that video again, like later?
They should.
They should. You should. So check it. Now we have another one. And this one is Fills and Motifs, Carly Porter collection number 1. So I did see that purse at the Baby Lock convention. So I think they mean for you to make blocks with this and sew them together. So let's see. So the first ones are all the fancy fills. So just neat repeating shapes. And they just sewed them out in blocks and sewed them together to make quilts and table runners and tote bags. They're just neat designs. There, let's see what it has below it. So there's some more of these kind of scallop shapes. That one looks Art Deco, doesn't it, with the dots? And there's one that looks rainbow, another Art Deco. Yeah, so just neat shapes. Now I can't wait to see what her decorative stitches look like. They call them motifs. So anytime you see something called a motif, that means decorative stitch. And that means you will position them. You will draw lines and you will position them on the lines. So instead of like candle wicking and the other stitches that we did today, you'll be able to add these to your machine if you have the Solaris, Luminaire, Avenir, or Radiance. So really neat. Look like fans, don't they? All different fans, scallops, so really neat. And then this one, it looks like maybe we're sold out on it. They had to show me a picture of it. So this one is, so I gotta, that's what it looks like. Is this the Radiance collection? Okay, Radiant, but you could do it on the Avenir. You can do it on the Luminaire and the Solaris. And she'll play the video on that one. Oh yeah, I love this. And we found out it isn't just for the radiant size hoop. Look at that. I love this one. So I love that it has that lattice and behind it. And so lanterns, I love lanterns and butterflies and flowers. Who doesn't? Lattice. So those are really pretty. Let's see. And now embroidery designs come with it too. So we could sew out these, like a wreath of flowers and the lanterns and everything. This is beautiful. And then there's decorative stitches. There's motifs to go with it. Let's see. There. And there. So there's the decorative stitches. So butterflies and flowers. Berries, like little vines, really pretty. Candles and lanterns, roses and flowers, and like a lattice look. So really pretty, really pretty. So every time we show them, we're going to show like 4 or 5, and she's going to do new videos on them, so you'll be able to really see what they have. So that's great, Kate. That's wonderful. Okay. And then, oh, we can't leave Mastering IQ Designer. Like, this was the whole reason I was thinking a book cover, because I have poured through this book so many times. My cover is worn out, but I think that's proof that I have used this book and I have really learned from it. So it is like 21 different projects, but tons of ideas and tons of techniques that I didn't know before. And so you go through the exercise in the book, and then I tell you, then make it your own. Go think of a project to do with it. And so many people have posted pictures. And remember, 10% back, 10% off of the prices that we show, even the sale prices. So, okay. And then the no-show. And we wanted to show, they no longer have it with our name on it, but they do have, this is our, so if you get a package, if you ordered our Gloria Horn no-show, this is the same thing. So it just has a different label on it, and it is 20 inches by 25 yards. And it's really the most economical no-show out there. I don't know whether it might be discontinued. I'd grab it while you can, because it is so nice to have it. And we have compared the price with all the other stabilizers out there, and they're at least 30% higher in price than what ours were. So I think it's going to get discontinued. So I'll find out. I'll get the final word, but okay. And then everybody loved the fabric that I was using, and this is called Shadow Play. By Maywood Studios, and it's just a beautiful blue, isn't it? It's like, I love shadow play. I grab it for most of my projects, don't I? I have shadow play. I don't like plain fabrics. I do like that little bit of texture, and we're selling it by the yard. It's on sale for $10.88 a yard, plus 10% will be put back into your account. All right. And then we still have their ability to pre-order Holiday in a Hurry, right? So Holiday in a Hurry is what Lisa and they're going to be bringing it to our store on Thursday. So Thursday night at 7, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. It is always so good. Elegant ladies with tons of fabulous ideas. But if you order it before they come, you get $10 off. So it's normally $59.95. and you will get it for $49.95. I think, does the 10% go back, or does that?
No.
No, so that's exempt from another 10%. She's checking now.
Actually, I don't know. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say, so you may get the 10%. We weren't supposed to. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, and then we already showed the other, right? So we're done for the night.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm going to church to pray, and then go to the drugstore, and then go home and pack for Quilt Market. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, you could buy one for your friend. So you could buy a second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. You can buy it for your friend. Will it be a digital download? Yes. I think when you get it, there's a code inside. Yeah, and they will help you. And also, Tommy wants you, Kate, to make a video on how they download it and how they do it. So we'll be working with that. Yes, Nancy, thank you. Yes, so I'm hoping I'm going to go swing by my husband's grave and tell him, get out and sit on the bench and say, Pete, you got to quit having fun up there in heaven. It's time to come back down to earth just for a while and help us out. So, and then I'm going to go into church and light candles. And I'll call to my mom and dad, call to all my relatives that are waiting for us up there, and that we need their help desperately. All right. Thank you all so much. Yeah, send me prayers, send Ruth Ann prayers. So, okay, thank you all so much. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Yep. All right. Okay. See you tomorrow.